Am I the butthole for pressing charges when my stepson took something my daughter inherited from her mother? I, male 47, been with my wife for 2 years. She has a 21-year-old son. I have a 14-year-old daughter from my previous marriage. My late wife passed away in 2014. She left a few things for our daughter, including a gold jewelry set. Her mom was devastated she didn't get to gift the set to our daughter on her wedding day. I keep it in my closet since it's expensive and my daughter is too young to have it. I'll hopefully gift it to her on her wedding. Last week, we were sitting in the kitchen when my stepson was hesitant to ask me something. We're in good terms but have our fair share of arguments. He said his fiancée was taking something from his mother's in my closet. Saw the jewelry set and liked it very much. He asked if he could borrow it so his fiancée can wear it at her cousin's wedding. I found this unacceptable. I told him his fiancée had no business being in the bedroom and that the jewelry isn't mine. It's for my daughter. He asked me if my daughter will agree to let him borrow it if he talked to her. I told him not to even talk about it again. He got all pissed and said things I do not remember. Saturday night, when he and his fiancée were at the wedding, I discovered that the jewelry set was gone. I told my wife and we looked all over the house. I called my stepson to tell him about calling the police because I really thought someone stole the set. He said there was no need, that he borrowed it and will return it after they get back from the wedding. I yelled at him and told him to come back with it right then. I kept calling him until 12 a.m. when he told me to stop calling and that he'd bring it in the morning. I couldn't sleep that night. I felt terrible. In the morning he showed up at 10 a.m. He didn't bring it and started stalling, saying he forgot, he'd bring it the next day. At this point it was clear he gifted it to his fiancée and was stalling. I got so mad I told him I will be pressing charges if he doesn't return the set today. We got into an argument. My wife said his fiancée was the one who wanted the jewelry set. But he was the one who took it and it's not even mine, it's my daughter's, which made it worse. Because I'm responsible for whatever happens to it. His grandparents berated me after I told them this and got mad and defended him when I said that I will be pressing charges. He stole and needed to be responsible for his actions. He didn't respond to my final calls, so now I've given him one last chance and it's over. I pressed charges today. They're saying calling the police was extreme and cruel. They're all convincing me to back down. AITA for pressing charges? He was replying to me sarcastically when I said I'd get the authorities involved and he didn't take me seriously. His mom said she'd try to talk to him but I had enough of him stalling, hoping I'll just let it go, so he can make his fiancée happy. I feel like an irresponsible idiot. I can't even look at my daughter without feeling frustrated and infuriated. I'm hurt, but what's worse is that this is my daughter's property that I couldn't take care of. My wife allows them into the room, although I told her not to several times. They're not kids and there should be some boundaries. I just needed to mention that we're in Europe. Not the butthole and don't back down. A 20-something step kid is stealing your daughter's heirloom. The family are all flying monkeys. Edit dude. An award, I appreciate it. Ah, flying monkeys. I mean no disrespect, Mr. or Miss Monkey. Flying monkeys is a psychological term, I swear to God. From Wikipedia, flying monkeys is a term used in popular psychology, mainly in the context of narcissistic abuse, to describe people who act on behalf of a narcissist towards a third party, usually for an abusive purpose. This punk stole Op's daughter's heirloom from her mom. Now they're calling original poster the butthole for pressing charges. Edit. Thank you so much for the silver on this silly and educational comment. I was just enjoying the comment and figured you were referring to their role in Wizard of Oz. No disrespect assumed. It's all good, dude. The name of the term was very much influenced by the ones in The Wizard of Oz. It's where it originated, in fact. I understood that reference. I understood this reference. I cannot put words to how much I'm smiling at your comment. Oh, that makes me happy. I like your username, by the way. I'm both a butt and the whitest bread, so it seemed fitting. Piggybacking to say that my mom died in 2015 and all I have left of her is her jewelry, it means the world to me. Original poster would be the A if he backs down from family pressure. This is straight up theft and his stepson is human filth for taking something that doesn't belong to him and is an heirloom. He stole from a 14-year-old girl. He deserves to suffer the consequences of his actions, especially when original poster gave him many chances to give it back. He's not because he thinks original poster will back down. Do this for your daughter Op. She's already gone through enough, she doesn't need to lose a part of her mom all over again. Not the butthole edit. Thank you so much for the awards and gold, my first. I lost my mother in 1993 and I've got her entire jewelry box because I was her only child. Op, when you have this setback, keep it in a safe deposit box at a bank, or possibly in a home safe that you and your daughter are the only ones to know the combination. Also, know that your daughter's stepmother won't have her back once you're gone, so think about what impact that can have in her future life. Honestly, if this were something that had happened to my dad, he wouldn't have pressed charges, he would have shown up at the wedding and beat the crap out of the butthole who stole it. Original poster is not the butthole, but the stepson, and anyone saying that pressing charges was the wrong thing are definitely the butthole. It's some entitled bullcrap to see something that doesn't belong to you and decide you're going to borrow it, but it's on a whole other level when it's something that belonged to a girl's dead mother. I don't have any jewelry or expensive keepsakes from my parents, but I have a heart-shaped pin cushion my grandma made and used every day, and I would go to hell and back to retrieve it if it disappeared. Just the thought that she touched it is enough for me. I feel the stepson defiled the jewelry. He took something that didn't belong to him and left a black mark on it. He needs to pay dearly, without any leniency of any kind. Not the butthole. That is so genuinely sweet. It's certainly not the monetary value of an heirloom that matters most to the person who really cherishes it. I love the way that you cherish that pincushion, and your grandma would love it too. She'd be so proud. I am with your dad on this one. I would have gone to the wedding and made the biggest scene possible, making sure that stepson's friends all know that he had stolen from a 14-year-old. But it's on a whole other level when it's something that belonged to a girl's dead mother. So much this. It's reprehensible. Awarded this comment because it's important for original poster to consider his child's future in his absence. Clearly she is not respected by her step-family and needs to be protected going forward, in any potential situation. My mom passed away in 2019 and my aunt, the executrix, couldn't understand why I was upset I got a diamond set instead of my mom's pearls or rose necklace. I never saw my mom without her rose necklace or pearls, but was told to suck it up since I got something of higher monetary value. I had no idea the diamond set existed, and it's not worth anything to me. From the language in the post, there's some Indian-sounding idioms in there. It sounds like original poster might be South Asian. If that's the case, this gold set is probably 22K gold, super heavy, super intricate, and worth many $1,000s. That's the sort of thing that's traditional to gift to a woman upon her marriage, and it had the intended benefit back in the day of being insurance for her in case the marriage went wrong. If this is the case, this is felony-level theft. Nowhere from Europe. I definitely would love an update to make sure your daughter has the jewelry set returned to her. NTA, you did the right thing. They took something from you without asking. That's stealing. If you can get the fiancé involved and tell her what's happening. The rest of your wife's family definitely don't see your daughter as an adult or the repercussions this will cause between them later on or now if she knows. Edit, one word. Worse. They asked and were denied. NTA, Op. You should definitely press charges. You stepson is a thief and a butthole to talk to you like that after stealing your daughter's irreplaceable heirloom jewelry. His mother and her family are enabling him. You should seriously re-examine your relationship with all of them because they are not a good influence on your daughter. And your wife doesn't respect you or your marriage since she completely ignored your boundaries by allowing your stepson and his fiancée to riffle through your private property in your own home. Unacceptable. Yeah, dude, effing dump your wife. She's also horrible. This. Yes, please give an update, and if you get it back, get a safe deposit box for it. Would also appreciate an update. I feel super invested to know that you got your daughter's heirloom back. Piggybacking off this. If you can get a direct line of contact to the fiancé, your wife most likely has her number. I'm sure she probably wouldn't want to keep jewelry stolen from a child's dead mother. I think you give her too much credit. The chick knows where it came from. She saw it in their bedroom. She ain't giving anything back. Yes, she saw it in the back of their closet and liked it. Seriously, who roots around in other people's closets? Thieves do. I don't think it would be a stretch for the fiancé to have thought the jewelry was her soon-to-be Nils. The son is the one who asked to borrow it, so it's likely the fiancé thinks her fiancé asked his mother to let her borrow it and she said yes. In case they deny, to authorities, taking the jewelry, find out what wedding they went to and try to get pictures showing the fiancé wearing it. Not the butthole. So much THI crap that I wanted to help original poster see it because holy crap, that's some of the best damn advice on the whole thread. Your wife's family does not care about you or your daughter. They're only concerned about your stepson. You are NTA. You gave him plenty of chances to return the jewelry and he refused. I would press charges on both of them. They both went through your personal belongings, they both chose to take the jewelry without permission and they are both refusing to return it. Your wife is also a butthole for raising a butthole son who is thief. The wishes and memory of your deceased wife were pissed on and that deserves repercussions of the highest degree. Do not back down and do not drop the charges. It sounds like you married into a crafty family, frankly. The son is a douche, the fiancé is a raging and your wife is either useless or enabling. Charming. Stand your ground and press charges. You're not rocking the boat, they're rocking it and yelling at you for calling them out on it. Not the butthole unless you back down. This. I had the same vibes as you. That makes this whole thing a F of a lot worse then. The stepson's girlfriend should be prosecuted for receiving stolen property too. She knew it didn't belong to stepson. He might have lied to her. If she went through his mother's closet and said, "Oh, that jewelry set of your mum's is nice, can I borrow it?" Since it's usually safe to assume the women's jewelry in a woman's bedroom belongs to the woman, and the stepson says, "Oh, hey, I will ask," and is told no, since it is not his mother's jewelry but his sister's, but then he steals it and says his mother said the fiancé could have it. Let's not assume anything bad about the fiancé. She isn't violating boundaries since there weren't any boundaries. She should not have been in that bedroom, but if she was told it was okay, who is to blame her, especially if she needed something and stepson told her to do it? Stepson is 100% a thief and a liar, but the fiancé is innocent until proven an accessory. Possible, I guess. But also, who the hell goes through someone else's closet? A 5-year-old maybe. Otherwise you are the butthole. Original poster, not the butthole. If he lied to her, then she needs to know he's a liar. Original poster needs to call her and her parents, let them know the set was stolen, and if they don't return it then fiancé will be arrested too. Finally someone says what I was thinking. Contact the girl and her parents directly. It can't be that difficult via social media. If she doesn't return the items, include her in the police report/charges. I don't know what EU country you're in, but I can't imagine that receipt of stolen property is legal or non-prosecutable. Yeah, I'd pissed if my fiancé lied to me about this and I was wearing someone else's heirloom jewelry and it caused this big of problems. I'd be mortified, but that's assuming she has no idea what's going on. Not the butthole and copy any pics from his fiancé's Instagram or Facebook to use as evidence. Not the butthole. You gave the son every opportunity to return the jewelry. Let the cops sort out the culpability of son and fiancé. And get a safe deposit box. Moms and the grandparents' attitudes show that this isn't going to be the last thing that goes missing. I'd be considering a safe deposit box and a lawyer. The fact that she wasn't calling him to return it immediately would be enough in my eyes. This. Not the butthole. Get rid of the wife and the in-laws, bunch of horrible enablers. And send stepson to live with them so he can steal from them. It seems to be okay to steal. Yes. This right here. Original poster. Your wife doesn't have a problem with her son stealing from your daughter. It's time to call a lawyer. Press charges against the fiancé as well. She's a part of this, and if he gave it to her, or she asked him to do it, she's absolutely culpable and can likely be charged as an accomplice. This was a massive breach of trust and was done intentionally. You are justified to rain fire. Press charges and also contact the bride and groom of the wedding and ask if there's any photos as proof of fiancé wearing the stolen jewelry. Let word get out that they stole it. My first thought was actually, does the fiancé even know? Like obviously she saw it in the closet but could have assumed it was her mother-in-law's and asked her fiancé about it. If she knows it's a 14-year-old girl's dead mother's necklace that the mom was going to give to her on her wedding day, and she still wants the necklace then. Yeah. Press charges. Technically stepson said that she saw the jewelry in the closet. It would probably be a good idea to reach out to the fiancé directly. It's entirely possible that she had no idea the jewelry even existed before stepson gave it to her. Op should call the fiancé and ask if she'll return it. Sometimes girls are funny about receiving stuff from a boyfriend that they stole from another girl. Or stole in general. We don't know what role she played on this. The stepson has already lied about the whole thing. It's simple that the fiancé simply noted the jewelry and thought it belonged to his mom or something. He could have easily lied to her and said he'd gotten permission to give it to her. Totally agree. It wasn't a misunderstanding. You gave him ample time to return the jewelry as well, even when you'd warned him repeatedly not to take it. The nerve of this guy. This. NTA. Get the safety deposit box. Rent a safety deposit box from a bank and hide the key from everyone, including your wife. I have a feeling she'll be an ex-wife at some point. She has a lot of nerve trying to downplay this. I hope original poster gets the jewelry back. And I would be even far as to get a safe deposit box with a code. The stepson aren't going to be able to steal the key from the deposit box. And the wife can't know the code because she sees nothing wrong with this. I expect they don't mean a big metal locked box in your home, i.e. a safe, but a private container in a bank to which no one not on an approved list is permitted access, i.e. a safety deposit box. Yup. Whatever is going to be inherited to your daughter that she doesn't have yet, like the jewelry set when you get that back, and keep it locked away until your daughter is ready to take it over. Just because you're related to someone doesn't mean they get a free pass to do what they want. He stole a valuable heirloom from your daughter. Fight tooth and nail to make sure it stays with your daughter. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.